Alright, shalom guys. Yes, my hair is rainbow. I think it's awesome. Let's get past it. Today we're going to talk about is Link Monsters. Link Monsters just debuted like last week or something like that, so I decided I was going to make a video about it. Before we talk about Link and this new big change into Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to talk about the last big change into Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was Pendulum Summoning. Personally, I think Pendulum Summoning was the dumbest thing on the planet. It was not a good idea. It was a failed experiment. The actual show, I guess, wasn't a bad idea because it was combining all the universes, but the actual field and the actual card game itself was dumb. Pendulum was, I think, is a failed project. I think at most. Now, let's first start with how to link summon. We're gonna use Link Spider as an example. Needs link material. Something I like about this is it's not just like a specific thing. It's not just tuner. It's not just fusion materials. Not just those monsters or anything like that. Like for example, Link Spider. We're gonna use him as an example. Only one normal monster to summon this, which I think is really cool. It kind of cuts down on having to have tuners or something in your deck, or like having to have something in, or like the new monster is Cybearse or something like that. So you don't necessarily have to have those monsters in your deck to normal summon. But for example, they have one normal monster, Honeybot needs 2 Cybearse monsters, and Decode Talker needs 2 or more effect monsters. And those can be used as link materials. Link monsters can't go in defense mode, so in the defense mode slot, they put link slots. The number in the link slot is how many link materials you need. Next thing that came out, which is like new, is the new type of monster, Cybearse. I don't know how to really pronounce it. It's Cybearse. I really have no real opinion on Cybearse. I kind of like the lore, I guess, behind Cybearse, which is they're a new species in the Yu-Gi-Oh universe, they were found in electronic space. Like they're supposed to be like the unknown part of Yu-Gi-Oh at the moment. Other than that, I really have no opinion on the new monster. I mean, it's just a new monster type. The field, the actual field for link summoning. Personally, I think ever since Pendulum, the Yu-Gi-Oh field needed an update. This updated field is almost what we needed. I really like what they did with the Pendulum zones because I think that's how Pendulum should have been in the first place. I wouldn't have had such a problem with it if this is how they would have designed it in the first place, minus the link summoning spot. Personally, I'm a fan of like the original design of the Yu-Gi-Oh field. I'm a very like original season 1, season 2 player of Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't really like, I hate Pendulum, barely like XYZ. Synchros I just think are too easy to get out, and Fusion, I really like Fusion, to be honest. I'm a fan of Fusion. I think it was an interesting thing to put in Yu-Gi-Oh, but now it's like everything is trying to be fusion. 3 like big monsters right now. They have an earth one, a dark one, and a light one. Really, I think they're a very generic 3 to start out with. I mean, they each have different effects. They each, like, one is used for summoning, one is used to avoid being targeted, and one is used for attacking. Average thing to start out in Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess, but I think it was very good. I think this is like a good 3 to start out with. The actual structure deck itself, do I think it's worth being like to pick it up? And I think yes, for the reason that, first of all, I mean, it's the new Yu-Gi-Oh like thing that's coming out, and second of all, there's a lot of cards in here that can be used for Exodia decks. For example, one of my favorite cards to use like in general is Supply Squads in here. Hard Card D, I don't know if this is a new card or not, but what it is you contribute this card and you draw 2 cards. It's like a pot of greed for monsters. Pick up this deck so you can put these cards in other decks. I think it's a very good like deck itself to spread out amongst decks. I think the big question everyone always asks is like, why Link monsters? Why do we need them? Why were they created? Why does Yu-Gi-Oh feel the need to keep making new features to Yu-Gi-Oh? Why don't they just try to improve the features that are there? But they do have an upside to them. So Link monsters, I think, were created to kind of cut down on how easy it is to synchro summon, to XYZ summon, everything like that. I think it's supposed to like cut down on the ease of that. They can get 3 synchros out on the same turn, or like 3 XYZ, or like 2 XYZ. They can basically get out 3 different monsters on the same turn, which is kind of overpowered. So I think Link monsters are supposed to cut back on the OP-ness. Do I think they were a good idea? I think that they have the potential to be a good idea. I think they need to approach it in a different way. I don't think link zones are a good idea. Like I said, I like the original format. So what I think it is, link zones should be in the monster zones. That's my idea on it. I think I just don't get the point of link zones. I like how easy the original field was to like just lay out. When Pendulum first came out, they changed a field like this, and like you needed to move everything around, and like basically you needed almost twice as much space as you did for your field. Overall, I think Pendulum has the potential to be a good addition to Yu-Gi-Oh, and I think the deck is worth picking up because of the cards that are in here themselves, not the actual idea of Link. I'm curious to see what kind of new Link monsters they come up with and what they do to change the field. Tell me what you guys think about Link monsters in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This is my second channel. You can subscribe to my main channel down the link below. And yes, stay beautiful.
I need you.